Afternoon, Carja. Hi folks, hope you're all well. Agus go maigah as hig and imach seo. Thanks very much, folks, for tuning in to this our, start doing this here Tráth GAA online. Is me Kieran McGear agus is me antificach agus cultartha le chundé Fermanagh. So my name is Kieran McGuire and I will be your quiz master tonight, the Irish language officer with Fermanagh GAA. I hope you're all able to join us in this online quiz tonight. This idea, it just because of the pandemic that we're in at the minute with the coronavirus, we decided to provide some sort of entertainment. That's the rule of SCORE, is to provide entertainment when Gaelic games activities are not taking place. And as well as that, there's been a lot of quizzes and things like that that's been taking place in this during this period. So we decided to provide our own one, and we're basing it on SCORE rule, or the questions that would be asked at SCORE. And a couple of questions that I had at the senior SCORE a couple of weeks ago, and we'll be doing things like that there. So for any of you who have never been at a SCORE quiz, to explain the format, there is 10 rounds with 6 questions in each round. Each round is based on a set topic. I'm going to be following that today as much as possible. So this is going to be just like being at a SCORE quiz. Now, of course, at a SCORE quiz, it is a table quiz. There will be 4 people at a table and you'll be able to discuss. Today, it's going to be just people at home in their houses tuning in to this broadcast. So all the best. It's up to yourselves to write down your answers. Hopefully you have pen and paper ready. I'll read out the questions. I'll read them out twice, and at the end of the round, I'll read through the questions again, move on to the next round, and then we can come back for some of the answers so that people have their opportunity to check and see how they got on. So wish everyone all the best for this year. Hopefully it'll be enjoyable. Hopefully there'll be something for everyone. And round one, as some of you may know, round one, we're going to see a graphic coming up now in a second. Round one is GAA and ladies football. So this is based on GAA and ladies football events that have happened in recent times. Okay, so of course with SCORE as well, there's going to be one question in every round in Irish, so everyone will be looking forward to that, I'm sure. So bout to Ian, round one, Gaelic and ladies football. Question 1. When did Fermanagh ladies win the All-Ireland Junior Football Final? What year did Fermanagh ladies win the All-Ireland Junior Football Final? Okay, so question 2. Who was the man of the match in the All-Ireland Senior Football Final replay in 2019? Who was the man of the match in the All-Ireland Senior Football Final replay in 2019? And when I say that there, who was awarded the title? Sometimes when we're watching these games, we think we know who the man of the match was ourselves, but who was actually awarded the award of man of the match in the All-Ireland Senior Football Final replay in 2019? Question 3. Who won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019? Which county? Which county won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019? Question 4. What is the name of the trophy given to the winners of the Ladies Senior Football Championship, the All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship? What is the name of the trophy given to the winners of the All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship? Question 5. In what year did Fermanagh's men, did the Fermanagh senior football team, their Fermanagh male senior football team, first play in the Ulster Senior Football Championship final? In what year did Fermanagh's senior team play in their first Ulster Senior Football final? What was the first year that the Fermanagh senior team got to an Ulster Senior Football Championship final? And question number 6, before we do a quick recap of all the questions, and this is your question in Irish, so listen out for this one here. Cé Captain Irin Sinsear Armanach. Cé Captain Irin Sinsear Armanach. Okay, so that's our first 6 questions in Gaelic and ladies football. So a quick recap of the questions, then we'll move on to round 2. And after round 2, we'll take the answers to this round as if it was an actual quiz. So running through the questions very quickly. One, I'm going to read them out once. In what year did Fermanagh ladies win the All-Ireland Junior Football Championship final? Who was the man of the match in the All-Ireland Senior Football Final 2019, the replayed game? Who won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019? What is the name of the trophy given to the winners of the All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship? Question 5. In what year did Fermanagh's senior team first play in the Ulster Senior Football Championship final? What year? And question 6. Cé Captain Irin Sinsear Armanach. Okay, so that is our first round. At a score quiz, you would have 30 seconds before the answers are picked up. So hopefully, yeah, if you need to write them out, we would generally get questions needing to be repeated again. But that's all that we're going to do on that tonight. So now we will move on to round number 2. And our graphic is going to come up and show us what we're going to have in round 2. So round 2, as you can see, is hurling and camogie. So round 1 we had ladies Gaelic football and men's Gaelic football. Round 2, hurling and camogie. Okay, so eyes down, here we go. Round number 2, question 1. Who is the current Fermanagh senior hurling manager? Who is the current Fermanagh senior hurling manager? Question 2. Who won the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship in 2019? Which county won the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship in 2019? Question 3. Name the current Galway hurling manager. Name the current Galway hurling manager. Question 4. What is the name of the cup given to the winners of the Leinster Hurling Championship, the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship? What is the name of the cup that the winners of the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship get? Question 5. Which county has won the most All-Ireland Camogie titles? Which county has won the most All-Ireland Camogie titles? And question 6, this is your question. Ask Gaelic. Anamni an club a win Kira Shriv olu camogiachta as a chéile ó 2000 agus a 16 go 2000 agus a 19. Ainmní an club a bhain ceithre shríomh olu camogiachta as a chéile ó 2000 agus a 16 go 2000 agus a 19. So that is our 6 questions in round number 2, which is our hurling and camogie round. So a quick recap of those questions, and I'll read them out all again once more, starting off with question number 1. Who is the current Fermanagh senior hurling manager? Question 2. Who won the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship in 2019? Question 3. Name the current Galway hurling manager. Question 4. What is the name of the cup given to the winners of the Leinster Hurling Championship, of the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship? Question 5. Which county has won the most All-Ireland Camogie titles? And question 6, I'll read this one twice maybe. Ainmní an club a bhain ceithre shríomh olu camogiachta as a chéile ó 2000 agus a 16 go 2000 agus a 19. Okay. So as I said, normally teams, and I know what people were doing this in our homes by yourselves, but you would have 30 seconds to consult with your teammates. But now we're kind of put on the spot and have to answer it just there and then. But that's just how it's going to be for tonight. But so hopefully everyone's had a chance to try out some of those questions. What we're going to do now is go back to the answers of round number 1, which was Gaelic football and ladies football, and the 6 questions that we had in that round. The first question: in what year did Fermanagh ladies win the All-Ireland Junior Football Championship? Hopefully we should all remember that there. In 2017, Fermanagh won the All-Ireland Junior Football Championship after a replay, and they defeated Derry in that game. So that was the Fermanagh ladies when they won their All-Ireland Junior Football Championship. Question 2. Who was the man of the match in the All-Ireland Senior Football Final replay in 2019? It was Kieran Kilkenny. So there's lots of Dublin players, I'm sure, that could be picked, but it was Kieran Kilkenny who won the man of the match in that 2019 replay, and that's when Dublin, of course, got 5 in a row. Not looking like they're going to get 6 in a row this year, but if there's going to be no championship, maybe. But that's who was the man of the match in the 2019 replay. Question number 3. Who won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019? It was Monaghan. So Monaghan under Seamus McEnany, they won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019, and they also won it in 2018 as well. So if we have anyone tuning in, this is if people tuning in from all around Ulster, there's going to be questions maybe for you all. So anyone tuning in today from Monaghan, there's one for you. Monaghan won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019. Question number 4. What is the name of the trophy given to the winners of the Ladies Senior Football All-Ireland Championship? That cup is called the Brendan Martin Cup. So that's the name of the cup that the winners of the All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship get, the Brendan Martin Cup. Okay, question number 5. In what year did Fermanagh's men first play in the Ulster Senior Football Championship final? So this is one I asked at the score censure. We definitely had some clubs, some of the clubs got it right on the day. It was all the way back in the year of 1914. So 1914, that was the year that Fermanagh first played in the Ulster Senior Football Championship final. And question number 6. This question was, of course, the question in Irish. So, Céhe captain Irin Sincher Fermanagh. So that question, Céhe captain, that's your captain. Firin Sincher, the senior football team, and of course Fermanagh. So who is the current Fermanagh senior captain? That is Owen Donnelly. So those are your answers for round number 1. 2017 was when the Fermanagh ladies won the All-Ireland title. Kieran Kilkenny was the man of the match in the 2019 replay. Monaghan won the Ulster Minor Football Championship in 2019. The Brendan Martin Cup is given out to the winners of the All-Ireland Ladies Senior Football Championship. Fermanagh first played in the Ulster Senior Football Final in 1914. And the question number 6 was your question in Irish. Who Céhe captain Irin Sincher Fermanagh, who is the captain of the Fermanagh senior team? That is Owen Donnelly. So hopefully he's all got a chance to get some of those answers without googling them. But if you've had to Google them, well and good. But that's the answers from round number 1, which was ladies football and men's football. Okay, so now we're going to move on to round number 3, and you will see on your screen what is in round number 3. Round number 3 is a general GAA round. So these are questions, all which is based on topics that could come up regarding the GAA. So round number 3, as I move over on my page to round number 3, general GAA. Question number 1, name the president-elect of the GAA. Name the president-elect of the GAA. They were voted in Congress maybe about 2 months ago or so, but name that president-elect of the GAA. Question number 2. On what date was the GAA founded in 1884 in Hayes's Hotel in Thurles in County Tipperary? What date did the meeting take place in which the GAA was formed? Question number 3. So this is quite a long question, so you just have to bear with me. What is the name given to the day it took place in 1918 in which activities surrounding common nuclear scale, in which the people were encouraged to partake in GAA activity as a protest at the imposition of British conscription into Ireland? What is the name given to that day? So it took place in 1918, and it was a protest at the British conscription being forced into Ireland. What is the name given to the day where people were encouraged to take part in GAA activity? Okay. Question number 4. In what year was the score formed? So in what year did the score, what was it formed? Question number 5. Which county won the first Ulster Senior Football Championship? So which county is credited with winning the first Ulster Senior Football Championship? And question 6, this is your Irish language, the question that's going to be in Irish. Animni an tuachtaran cuman luchla scale as Fermanagh. Animni an tuachtaran cuman luchla scale as Fermanagh. So those are our 6 questions in round number 3, which is a general GAA round. So we'll fly through them again very, very quickly. Question 1, name the president-elect of the GAA. Question number 2, on what date was the GAA formed in 1884? The meeting took place in Hayes' Hotel in Thurles in County Tipperary, but on what date? So that's a very milestone date in the GAA calendar. Question number 3. What is the name given to the day in which people were encouraged to partake in GAA activity as a protest to the imposition of British conscription into Ireland? Question number 4. In what year was the score formed? So what year was the score formed? Question number 5. Which county won the first Ulster Senior Football Championship? Okay, so which county won the first Ulster Senior Football Championship? And question 6, this is your Irish language question. Animni and tuachtaran cuman luth la scuil as Fermanagh. Okay, so that is our 6 questions in round number 3, which is our general GAA round. Now, we'll go back to round number 2 and get our answers to the hurling and camogie round. So get your answer sheets out there and we'll mark these ones here. Question number 1, who is the current Fermanagh senior hurling manager? That is Joe Baldwin. So Joe Baldwin, he's the current Fermanagh senior hurling manager. Question 2, who won the All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship in 2019? Galway. So Galway were the winners of the Camogie Championship in 2019. Question 3, name the current Galway hurling manager. That's a fella called Shane O'Neill. So he's the current Galway hurling manager. Question 4, what is the name of the cup given to the winners of the Leinster Hurling Championship? The Bob O'Keefe Cup. Okay. So Bob O'Keefe. Question 5. Which county has won the most All-Ireland Camogie titles? Cork. Okay, so Cork are the top of the pile as regards the amount of Camogie titles at the minute. And question 6. Anamni and club. So anamni is a question you're going to hear quite often, and it means name. So Anyam, we all know what our Anyam is. Anyamni means name. So give the name of the club. A win Kira Crave Ulu, who won 4 Crave Ulu Ulster titles. Camogie Acta in Camogie. As a Hela, back to back or in a row. So who has won 4 Ulster Camogie titles in a row from 2016 to 2019, and that club is, of course, Slaughtneil. Okay, so Slaughtneil are your 4 in a row Ulster Camogie champions. Okay, moving on. So we just had round 3. Now we're going to move on to round number 4. So round number 4 is a round in which we're going to have questions on Irish geography. So there we go. Round number 4, Irish geography. So eyes down again, and question number 1. What is the largest county in Leinster? The largest county in Leinster. Question 2. Which county in Ireland has the shortest coastline? Which county in Ireland has the shortest coastline? Question 3. Rathlin Island is off the coast of which county? Rathlin Island is off the coast of which county? Question 4. Name the river which separates Lifford and Strabane. So name the river which separates Lifford and Strabane. Question 5. In which county would you find the Lugnaquilla mountain? So in which county would you find the Lugnaquilla mountain? And question number 6. Kaje an chunde islu iguigamuan. Kaje an chunde islu iguigamuan. So we're just approaching half 8 now. So we're aiming for this to take about an hour or so. So I'm going to just keep on moving read through these answers or the questions again for round number 4, each one at a time. So question 1 was, what is the largest county in Leinster? The largest county in Leinster. Question 2, which county in Ireland has the shortest coastline? Question 3, Rathlin Island is off the coast of which county? Question 4, name the river which separates Lifford and Strabane. So what's that river? Question 5, in which county would you find Lugnaquilla, that mountain? So in which county would you find that mountain which is called Lugnaquilla? And question number 6, Kaje and Conde Islu Iguigamuan. So Kaje and Conde Islu Iguigamuan. Now, so that was round number 4, which is Irish geography. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read the answers out to round number 3, and after that we're going to take a pause and we're going to have an ad break to give you a chance to catch your breath, because the questions no doubt is coming thick and fast. So what we're going to do is give out the answers to round number 3, and then we're going to have a short ad break. Okay, so round number 3 was our general GAA round. The first question, the president-elect is Larry McCarthy. Question 2, on what date was the GAA founded? That is the 1st of November. Question 3, what is the name of that day in which people were encouraged to partake in GAA activities? Gaelic Sunday. So we celebrated 100 years since Gaelic Sunday 2 years ago now it was, but that was the name of the day in 1918 in which people were encouraged to take part in GAA activity as a protest to the imposition of British conscription in Ireland. Question number 4, in what year was the score formed? That was all the way back in 1969. 1969 was when the score was formed. Question 5. Who won the first Ulster Senior Football Championship? That was won by Monaghan. So Monaghan were the first winners of the Ulster Championship. And question 6, this was your Irish language question. Anymni and Tuachtaran common Lutlas Gael as Fermanagh. Anymni, there we go again. That is that asking you to name. Name the Tuachtaran. Uachtaran is the president, common Lutlas Gael of the GAA. As Fermanagh, from Fermanagh, that was, or that is Peter Quinn. So that is our answers to round number 3. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a short break and move on to our next round after that there. So we'll be back in 1 second.
here's the thing. For years, they told us to put that down, stop using this, get up off that or that, and get out of the house to spend time with them. Well, now they're asking us to do the complete opposite. Absolutely nothing. It's time to choose your weapon and help fight COVID-19. Stay home. By doing nothing, you're doing a lot to save lives. Visit hse.ie for more.
Agus fáilte arás a cardide to our online Tráth GAA it's been streamed live from my sitting room on Fermanagh GAA TV. Okay, so we left off after reading out the questions to round number 4. We're going to move on with round 5, and round number 5 is a round which is all based on Irish history. So that's what we're going to be asking for round number 5, Irish history. So back at it again. Round question 1: who was the first president of Dáil Éireann? Who was the first president of Dáil Éireann? Question 2: where were the kings of Ireland crowned? Where were the kings of Ireland crowned? In what place, as opposed to what position of their body? It's in what place we're looking for there, where the kings of Ireland crowned. Question 3: according to the Cooley cattle raid or Tyne Bo Cúailnge, who was the Queen of Connacht? So who was the Queen of Connacht in the Cooley cattle raid or Tyne Bo Cúailnge? Question 4: name the first woman elected to the British Parliament. So the first woman elected to the British Parliament. They were from Ireland, and they were elected for a constituency in Ireland. So who was the first woman who was elected to the British Parliament? Question 5: in what year did the Battle of Clontarf take place? So looking for a year there. In what year did the Battle of Clontarf take place? And question 6, this is your Ceist as Gaeilge. Cían lá den teachtain a thosaigh iarraidh amach na casca ní déag sé déag. Cían lá den teachtain a thosaigh iarraidh amach na casca ní déag sé déag. So those were our questions for round number 5, which is a round on Irish history, running through them again very quickly. Then we'll take our answers to round number 4. Who was the first president of Dáil Éireann? That was the first question. Question 2: in what location or what place were the kings of Ireland crowned? Question 3: according to the Cooley cattle raid or Tyne Bo Cúailnge, who was the Queen of Connacht? Question 4: first to the British Parliament. Question 5: in what year did the Battle of Clontarf take place? And question 6: Cían lá den teachtain a thosaigh iarraidh amach na casca ní déag sé déag. So that was our questions for round number 5, which is Irish history. And that takes us to halfway through our quiz. We have 50 questions asked. What we'll do now is we'll go back to round number 4, which was, and give the answers to round number 4, which was our round on Irish geography. So the first question in that round: what is the largest county in Leinster? That is County Wexford. Question 2: which county in Ireland has the shortest coastline? It is Leitrim. Leitrim has the shortest coastline in Ireland, so it is a very small part of coastline there. So that's the county with the shortest coastline in Ireland. Question 3: Rathlin Island is off the coast of which county? County Antrim. Question 4. Name the river which separates Lifford and Strabane. It's the Foyle. Okay, so the Foyle River separates Lifford and Strabane. And question 5. In which county would you find Lugnaquilla, County Wicklow? So Lugnaquilla is part of the Wicklow Mountains. It's one of the mountains which is part of the Wicklow Mountains. Lugnaquilla, Lugnaquilla, Lugnaquilla. And question 6. Kaje and Conde Islu Guigamuan. What is the smallest county in Guigamuan, which is Munster? So the smallest county in Munster is Waterford, Portlarigga. So when you are taking part in the score, when the question is in Irish, the answer must be in Irish as well. And another thing as well, when you're taking part in the score, and for those of you at home, if you're asked for the name of someone, unless specified, unless the question master says that they want the first name and the second name is acceptable. If you give the correct second name, you'll get the mark. If you give the correct second name but the incorrect first name, you will not get the mark. So unless the question master asks for the full name, and unless you're 100% sure, the second name will suffice. So when you're all at home marking these questions, that's a bit of advice for you. And for those of you who will be taking part in the score, that is the best strategy. Just the second name will suffice. Okay, so we move on now, and we're going to move on to round number 6, which is Bouta Ivrishe, is world geography. So world geography is in round number 6. Okay, first question. Brunei is a country found on what continent? So Brunei, and I beg pardon for the pronunciation if I'm not correct, but I can give you the spelling. That is Brunea. So Brunei is a country found on what continent? Question number 2. What is the longest river in Europe? What is the longest river in Europe? Question number 3. Name the largest landlocked country in the world. So for those of you who aren't aware what the term landlocked means, it means they've absolutely no coastline, and I'm looking for the largest landlocked country in the world. Question 4. This is you have two options here, so it's either A or B. By area, which is larger, North America or South America? So by area, which is larger, North America or South America? Question 5. The demilitarized zone forms the border between which two countries? So I want both of the countries, and those two countries, their border is formed by the demilitarized zone. And question 6, or question in Irish now, question 6, so listen out. Céan tír a dtugtar tír an airgid. Céan tír a dtugtar tír an airgid. So those are our 6 questions in round number 6. Running through them again very quickly. Brunei is a country found in what continent? On what continent? Brunei. Brunea. Question 2. What is the longest river in Europe? Question 3. Name the largest landlocked country in the world. So obviously we mean the largest by area. Question 4. Again, we're going by area here. Which is larger, North or South America? So which of those continents is bigger, North America or South America? You've 50-50 chance of getting that right. Question 5. The demilitarized zone forms the border between which two countries? So on both the countries in which the border is formed by the demilitarized zone. And question 6, or question in Irish, is as follows. Cén tír a dugtar tír an airgid. So, Cén tír a dugtar tír an airgid. And those are our questions for round number 6. So we're going to take a break again after round number 7. So that'll give you a chance to just catch your breath, because I do know the questions are coming at us quick and fast. So we're hoping to get all this done inside an hour, 100 questions, beg pardon, 60 questions. So, and 60 answers, more importantly. So we'll move back to round number 5, which was our round on Irish history. Question 1 in that round. Here's the answers coming now. Who was the first president of Dáil Éireann Cathal Brua? That was the first president of Dáil Éireann. Question 2. Where were the kings of Ireland crowned? On Tara. The hill of Tara is where the kings of Ireland were crowned. Question 3. According to the Cooley cattle raid, who was the Queen of Connacht? Queen Maeve. So Queen Maeve was the King of Connacht who stole your man's bull, and that kicked off the Cooley cattle raid. Question 4. Name the first woman elected to the British Parliament. Constance Markievicz. Constance Markievicz was the first woman elected to the British Parliament. Question 5. In what year did the Battle of Clontarf take place? All the way back in 1014. So no doubt our Canolly contingent who are listening in will have got that right, seeing as Brian Boru was involved in that battle. It's the Battle of Clontarf all the way back in 1014. And question 6, Cén lá den teachtain ar a thosaigh iarraidh na casca, Cén lá, what day den teachtain of the week ar thosaigh did the iarraidh na casca, that is their Easter Rising in Nídéag Séideag in 1916. What day of the week did it take place? It started on a Monday. Luan Casca. Easter Monday, 1916. Okay. So that is our answers to round number 5. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to round number 7, which is a round and the questions in this round are all going to be based on Irish current affairs. Okay, so current affairs at the minute, there's only one thing to ask about, but luckily enough, I'm allowed to ask any question which which can take place, has taken place in the last year, or will take place a year from now. So that is that's the scope when we talk about current affairs. So, question 1 in round number 7, Irish current affairs. Name the chief medical officer in the north. So I'm sure everyone sees Tony Holohan. He's on the TV nearly every day, but I want to know the chief medical officer in the north. Question 2. Ian Dempsey is a radio presenter associated with which radio station? What radio station is he currently working for? Okay, so current affairs. That's Ian Dempsey. Ian Dempsey is a radio presenter associated with which radio station? Question 3. Name the founder of Super Quinn who died in 2019. What's the name of the man who established the Super Quinn company? And he died in 2019. There's a TV program on about him a couple of weeks ago, but what is the name of that man? Question 3. The chief or the leader of the World Health Organization is a fella called Tedros Adhanom. Okay, from what country is he from? What country is Tedros Adhanom from? So looking for the country for that there. We see him on the TV quite a lot as well. He's given updates and advice. But what country is he from? And question number 5. Where will the 2021 All-Ireland FLA take place? So where is set to host the 2021 All-Ireland FLA? Question number 6, or question in Irish. Céhí ceannaire páirtí na cógúlaíochta ó Thuaidh. Céhí ceannaire páirtí na cógúlaíochta ó Thuaidh. So that is our 6 questions in round number 7, which is Irish current affairs. And the questions again, very quickly. Name the chief medical officer in the north. Ian Dempsey is a radio presenter associated with which radio station? Name the founder of Super Quinn. So everyone knows Super Quinn, but name that founder, and he died towards the end of 2019. Tedros Adhanom is the leader of the WHO. He's the chief officer of the WHO. But from what country is he from? Question 5. Where will the 2021 All-Ireland FLA take place? And question 6, your question in Irish. Céhí ceannaire páirtí na cógúlaíochta ó Thuaidh. Céhí ceannaire páirtí na cógúlaíochta ó Thuaidh. So those are our questions for round number 7. What we're going to do now is we'll take the answers to round 6, then we'll take a break to give everyone a chance to regroup, and then we're going to move on through the last couple of rounds. So the answers to round number 6, which was which is on world geography. So the world geography round number 6, question 1. Brunei is the country found on what continent? The continent of Asia. Tiny wee country in Southeast Asia. What is the longest river in Europe? That is the Volga. The Volga is the largest river in Europe. So question number 3, seeing as you're marking this yourselves, you can take spelling into account, and you'll know yourself whether you meant this word or not. But the largest landlocked country in the world is the country of Kazakhstan. Question 4, the answer to question 4, by area which is larger, North or South America? I was convinced it was South, but it's actually North America. North America is bigger than South America by a couple of million square miles. Question 5. The demilitarized zone forms the border between which 2 countries? That is North and South Korea. So the demilitarized zone, that's what forms the border between those 2 countries, and the 2 countries we're looking for, North and South Korea. Question 6. Céan tír ar a dtugtar tír an airgid. So céan tír, what tír? Tír is a country, because we all know that Tír na Nog is the land of eternal youth. Yes, tír. So céan tír ar a dtugtar. What country is called Tír an airgid? So what country is called the Tír? The land of airgid silver. So that was what the question was, and it's what country is called the land of silver? That is Argentina. So Argentina in Irish is an Argentine, which is Aergenti for the N, but its nickname is Tír an Airgid, the land of silver, and that's what Argentina is also known as in English as well, the land of silver. So those are our answers to round number 6, which was a round on world geography, and we had the questions for round number 7. But we are going to take a quick break to give everyone a chance to regroup before we go to the last couple of rounds. So take a quick break, and I'll see you again back after the break.
Here's the thing. For years, they told us to put that down, stop using this, get up off that or that, and get out of the house to spend time with them. Well, now they're asking us to do the complete opposite. Absolutely nothing. It's time to choose your weapon and help fight COVID-19. Stay home. By doing nothing, you're doing a lot to save lives. Visit hse.ie for more.
Agus fáilte Goji and Tráth GAA online. Beg pardon. So you're welcome back to our online Tráth GAA. We're all the way as far as round number 8, which is World Current Affairs. So in the time we have left, we'll get through these last couple of rounds. So World Current Affairs, round number 8, question 1. These are all things that have taken place in the world. Which golf major is not scheduled to take place in 2020? Which golf major, so which of the majors in golf is not scheduled to take place in 2020? Question 2. Who is older, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? So the two people who's running to be the US president, which of them is older? Question 3. Name the current Prime Minister of Australia. So Australia was very much in the news before Christmas time, and their Prime Minister would have been on the TV pretty regular, but what was his name? Now, question 4. So just bear with me on this one. The former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia recently changed its name to the former Yugoslavic Republic of North Macedonia because of a dispute with which other country? So one country had a dispute with Macedonia, let's just call it, or North Macedonia, let's just call it, for shorthand. But which country was it who was disputing over the naming of a province or the naming of the country in a province? Question 5. Say So is a hit song, but what animal is found in the name of the singer? So basically, if you know the singer of Say So, then you'll know the answer to the question. But if you don't, take a guess at an animal and it might be right. But Say So, what animal is found in the name of the singer? And question 6, Cian Scannon a win an Oscar for Hinne and Best Picture. So Cian Scannon a win an Oscar for Hinne and Best Picture in Gávíle agus a níJéig. So that question is in Irish, but we have certainly got some hints in it, made it obvious not there. But Cian Scannon a win an Oscar for Hinne and Best Picture in Gávíle agus a níJéig. So moving round those questions again, our first one, which golf major is not scheduled to take place in 2020? Who is older, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Name the current Prime Minister of Australia. Former Yugoslavic Republic of North Macedonia recently changed its name to the former Yugoslavic North Macedonia. It was just known as Macedonia before that. But which country had the dispute regarding the name of that country? Question 5. Say So is your hit song at the minute. But what animal is found in the name of the singer? Of the person who sings that song? And question 6, Cian Scannon a win an Oscar for Hinne and Best Picture in Fiche agus a níJéig. So those were our questions for round number 8, which is World Current Affairs. Now what we're going to do is go back to our answers for round number 7, which is Irish current affairs. So these are all the questions that this is the topic areas that you will be asked for taking part in the score. So hopefully after this here we haven't scared you off the score for life. But for any of you who will be taking part, as I said, those are the 10. These are the topic areas with which you will be asked the questions. So round number 7, as I said, is Irish current affairs. Question number 1, name the chief medical officer in the north. That's a man called Dr. Michael McBride. So Dr. Michael McBride is the chief medical officer in the north. Ian Dempsey is associated with Today FM. So that's Ian Dempsey. He's the radio presenter associated with Today FM. Question 3. The founder of Super Quinn was Fergal Quinn. So that's Fergal Quinn who founded Super Quinn. Question 4. Tedros Adhanom is from Ethiopia. So that's where Tedros Adhanom is from, and he's one of your leading, one of the leading people with the World Health Organization. Question 5. Where will the 2021 All Ireland Fleadh take place? The same place as the 2021 was supposed to take place, and that is in Mullingar. So everyone, all the Fleadh heads, will be heading for Mullingar in 2021. And question number 6. Céhí ceannaire farchi na cógúlaíochta ó Huaigh. This question, Céhí ceannaire, a ceannaire is a leader. Party is the party. Party na cógúlaíochta is the alliance party. So who is the leader of the alliance party ó Huaigh in the north? And that is Naomi Long. So ceannaire is our leader. Party na cógúlaíochta, the alliance party. So that's the Irish for the alliance party, is Party na cógúlaíochta, and that of course is led by Naomi Long. Now, round number 9, Irish culture. So this is our penultimate round, the second last round, and it's round number 9. What was the name given to the comedians and performers Pat Short and John Kenny? When they were on stage, what was their stage name? Pat Short and John Kenny. Question 2. What is the name given to the ruling body of Irish cultural leaders. So we have a cultural body which comprises all the different aspects of culture in Ireland. There would be writers on it, painters, musicians, poets, all the arts and all that there, and they have a ruling body. But what is the name of that ruling body? Question 3. Which Irish playwright wrote the play Juno and the Paycock? So that's question number 3. What is the name of the Irish playwright who wrote the play Juno and the Paycock? Question 4. Christy Dignam is the lead singer of what band? Christy Dignam is the lead singer of what band? Question 5. At which racecourse does the Irish Grand National does it take place? So on what racecourse is the Irish Grand National run? So that was question 5. And question number 6, the last question in this round. So this is our Irish language question. So listen out for this one. Geréir mitasoliacht na hÉireann, Ciravéad fanula í fiacra agus con. Geréir mitasoliacht na hÉireann, Ciravéad fanula í fiacra agus con. So that was our 6 questions in round number 9, which is Irish culture. We'll go through them again because we've gone slightly over time, and hopefully you have enjoyed our questions so far. But we'll recap the questions in round number 9. So the first question was, what was the name given to the performers Pat Short and John Kenny when they were performing together? Question 2, what is the name given to the ruling body of the Irish Cultural Association? Or it's not the Irish, but and the association in which Irish cultural leaders are involved. Question 3, which Irish playwright wrote the play Juno and the Paycock? Question 4, Christy Dignam is the lead singer of what band? Question 5, at which racecourse is the Irish Grand National run every year? So it didn't take place this year, but on any given year, on which racecourse is the Irish Grand National run? And question 6, Geréir mitasoliacht na hÉireann, Ciribh iad fanula í fiacra agus con. Okay, so those are our questions for round number 9, the round about Irish culture. We'll go back and get our answers to round number 8, which was of course world current affairs. So back to the red pen, those of you at home who's taken part in this and correcting the answers. So question number 1, which golf major is not scheduled to take place in 2020? At the minute, it's the British Open. Okay, most of the other majors have rescheduled for later on in the year. They might take place, they mightn't take place, but the British Open is the one that's cancelled. Question 2, who is older, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Joe Biden is 4 years older than Donald Trump. So Joe Biden's the answer to that one. Name the current Prime Minister of Australia. That is a fella called Scott Morrison. So he is the current Prime Minister of Australia, and he's the leader of Australia at the minute. Now, this business about the dispute in the name, the former Yugoslavic Republic of that's what it's called at the minute, North Macedonia. Basically, it had a dispute with Greece, because Greece has a province which they called Macedonia, and then Macedonia was called going by the country. So they had the dispute, and apparently it all got solved once Macedonia put North into their name. So there we go. That happened towards the end of last year. And that apparently was keeping Macedonia from allowing to get into the European Union. So there we go. That's that one there. Question number 4. Question 5. Say so. That's the song. We see it in this TikTok business. And the singer is a lady called Doja Cat. So as a cat was the answer. So a cat is the animal found in the name of the singer of the song Say So. And question 6, Kane Scanlon win Oscar for Hinian Best Picture in Fiha and Nijig. So if surely you got Oscar and Best Picture. The film was Parasite, because I asked for an Oscar in Fiha and Nijig 2019. So Parasite was the answer to that question. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to ask the questions for round number 10. Then we'll take a short break. We'll take one more break, and then we'll come back for the answers for round 9 and round 10. So that's how we're going to do the finish up this last part of our quiz tonight. So round number 10 is a round on general knowledge. So, like most quizzes, we'll finish this up with a general knowledge round. So, round number 10, question 1. Which of these social media platforms was established first? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram? So, which of those social media platforms was established first? Was it Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram? Question 2. What is the main ingredient in mayonnaise? What is the main ingredient of mayonnaise? The base ingredient that you find in mayonnaise. Question 3. What is the name given to the young of a pigeon? So, what is the name given to the young of a pigeon? Question 4. What role does Ronan O'Donnell have in the Irish government? So Ronan O'Donnell is in the Irish government, but what is his role? It's probably not correct to say that he's in the government, but he's certainly in the civil service. Beg pardon, that's the civil service. So the Irish civil service. What role does Ronan O'Donnell have? Question 5. Who is credited with inventing the television? So who do we all associate inventing the television? Agus Ceist Ivri Shea. Question number 6 is, of course, our Irish language question. Cé an Tanyam an Hiad Cuig Lower sa Bhiblia. Cé an Tanyam an Hiad Cuig Lower sa Bhiblia. So that is the end. That's the final question that I'm going to ask today. That's your 60th question. So we'll recap those last 6 very, very quickly. Which of these social media platforms was established first? Was it Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram? What is the main ingredient in mayonnaise? Question 3. What is the name given to the young of a pigeon? Question 4. So that's is the one. So what role does Ronan O'Donnell have in the Irish civil service? So I did say government, but scrap that because not a politician. It's in the Irish civil service, but he has a well-known role in the Irish civil service. Question 5. Who is credited with inventing the television? And question 6, the final question, your Keshta Scalig, Kje Antanium an Hiad Kuig Lauer Sevibla. Kje Antanium an Hiad Kuig Lauer Sevibla. Okay, so that is our 60 questions. As I said, we'll take a short break and then we'll be back with our answers.
Here's the thing. For years they told us to put that down, stop using this, get up off that or that, and get out of the house to spend time with them. Well, now they're asking us to do the complete opposite. Absolutely nothing. It's time to choose your weapon and help fight COVID-19. Stay home. By doing nothing, you're doing a lot to save lives. Visit hse.ie for more.
Agus fáilte aráis a cardja. So welcome back to the final part of our program today. And after that break, I just would like to say a special thanks to my production manager here, who has been helping me. So Phil, for keeping the graphics going. Thanks very much. And for those of you who have supported getting this together, thank you. So hopefully everyone enjoyed it. We'll both whether get our answers to round 9 and 10, because for those of you maybe keeping score at home, these could be two crucial rounds. So let's go through the answers to round number 9. The first, this is of course our Irish culture round. First question was, what was the name given to the performers Pat Short and John Kenny? They went by the Dunbelievables. So that was Pat Short and John Kenny, the Dunbelievables. Question 2, that the cultural body which for Irish for people, for artists and poets and all that there, it's the East Dana. So East Dana, AOSD after the NA, the East Dana. That's the kind of like a trade union for Irish cultural figures. Question 3, which Irish playwright wrote the play Juno and the Paycock? That was written by Sean O'Casey. Question 4, Christy Dignan is the leader of which band? He's the lead singer in Aslan. That's Christy Dignan. Question 5, at what racecourse is the Irish Grand National run? It takes place in Fairyhouse. So the Irish Grand National takes place in Fairyhouse on Easter Monday. generally. Well, not this year, but it would generally take place. And question number 6. Gerir Mitasoliach na hÉireann. So according to Mitasoliach na hÉireann Irish mythology, Kiriviad, so who were Fanula, Fiacra, and Con? They were the names of the children of Lear. Fanula, Fiacra, and Con were the children of Lear. So those were our 6 answers for round number 9, and we'll move on then to get our answers for round number 10, which was our general knowledge round. So first question, which of these social media platforms was established first? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So it's Facebook. Facebook was established in 2004. YouTube was established in 2005. Twitter was established in 2006. And Instagram was established in 2010. So that's the dates that those were officially. So Facebook is was the first of those 4 social media platforms to be established. Second question in that round, what is the main ingredient in mayonnaise? Egg yolk. That's the base ingredient for mayonnaise. Question 3, what is the name given to the young of a pigeon? So the young of a pigeon is a squab. SQUAB, and that apparently that was like the 250,000 question when Judith Keppel won £1 million. So if you got the answer to that there, that would have been worth £250,000 to you as if you were playing Millionaire at the time. So question number 4, what role does Ronan O'Donnell have in the Air Civil Service? Ronan O'Donnell is the current Irish Language Commissioner, and Commissioner Changa. So he keeps his eye on the Irish government and their roles regarding their responsibility regarding the Irish language. Question 5, who is credited with inventing the television? That is John Logie Baird. And question 6, Cajan Tanium, so what is the name? And Tanium, we have that Anium again. What is the name? And Hiad Cuig Lauer Savibla. So what is the name of the first Cuig Lauer, the first 5 books Savibla in the Bible? And that is the Pentateuch. So the Pentateuch is the name given to the first 5 books in the Bible. Agus leis sin a cardide sinna bhfuil ó na ceisna atá agam sa díobh inniu gur míle mai agah as túnal isteach agus tásúil ó chrí agam gur bhuair na freagraí agus gur bhain sibh idir sult agus tarbha as and Clar inniu. So I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you all got a chance to answer the questions, and that's preparation for the senior score against. That was I would probably count that a challenging senior score quiz. But that's the sort of standard that we could be up against in the future. So I say this to all of the cultural officers in and around the county that I meet. We're currently in lockdown at the minute, but that doesn't mean that we can't start practicing and preparing for the next season of score, which will be taking place. So of course, it'll be starting in the autumn time. So we did our score today. Most of you will have seen the score online, where people can send videos. And it's great to see all the Irish culture and the music and the dancing. It's just been very, very good. And for me, as the cultural officer in Fermanagh, I've been very impressed with the standard that we have in our county. And of course, it's a proud county regarding score. So hopefully we'll get back to the glory days when we had all Ireland titles in Fermanagh. So from me for tonight, Guramaigah as túnal isteach and Gaji and Céad Ella Slán agus Bannacht.
It's wonderful football in Croke Park. History going to be made if these boys in green and white can produce a winner. McDermott to Johnson. Here's the chance. This is the opportunity. He's hitting it. He's sending it. Oh my God! Oh my God! What a winner! From Fermanagh, Tom Brewster. Fermanagh. the shock of the year. Can you believe it? Dreams do become realities.